Thank you very much, Dr. Robert Wisniewski, Bob, for all the support that you have done through Samsung and all your friendship supporting our community. But begs the question, why? What makes you come all over the world? You can speak anywhere in the world, but why Multicore World? Why New Zealand?
Right. Well, first of all, New Zealand's a wonderful country to come and visit, but we have an amazing audience here. People from, not only locally from New Zealand, but people from all over the world who come, and it's a crowd of amazing experts that, as you mentioned, I do give lots of talks, but one of the reasons I like being able to come to a venue like this is to get those tough questions, which really make me think, make me question some of the designs that we've put forward, because in the end, that's how your designs get stronger, is by having people who use systems, who are experts and who really understand that, ask you those tough questions. So it's a great audience. It's a great forum to be able to come and share your ideas and get feedback and get questions.
Yeah, because we see that, for example, people don't pass through New Zealand. You make a commitment. It's not a place that you just touch and go. But thinking about the technology that you present, I mean, previous Samsung speakers in past years, we asked them, okay, what's the market? And the first answer was, well, Samsung. So but in the other hand, you say today that the potential for certain technologies that you presented today are not necessarily for certain accelerations, but more for specific applications. Can you elaborate a little bit more? I mean, we are witnessing the memory coupled compute. Who will benefit from that in the short, medium term?
Right. Well, we talked about three different technologies during my presentation. They were all focused on tightly coupling. One of them was bringing memory and compute closer together. One of them bringing compute closer together to accelerators, and then one of them bringing all the nodes together. So again, a lot of this is really premised on the fact that what we're trying to do is we are trying to figure out how to design memory components, how to design that fit well into an overall system, right? Sometimes if you just look at a component in isolation, you may go through a certain design, and then when you put it in the system, you find, it's not effective because of this or because of that, right? And so it's really important, or is much more advantageous, shall we say, when you're designing components. And memory components, of course, go into all systems. They go into our watches, they go into our phones, they go into our computers, they go into our supercomputers, right? So if we can approach things from a system methodology and figure out how to do this tight coupling across all the three dimensions I indicated, and then we bring that into what are the implications for designing memory components, then we benefit everybody. So yes, I did mention a few applications during the presentation. It's always good to take a few key applications so that you can focus certain innovations, but the intent is that this is a very broad ecosystem enablement.
So it will also work for distributed computing, because one of the topics of the conference is a little bit esoteric, thinking about exascaling to the edge, but I mean, stop thinking about big HPC installations and trying to distribute as much as possible. And thinking in terms of chiplets, I mean, how much you can use this into that, how much Samsung wants to get involved there.
Well, I think those are two different questions.
Yes.
I really focused in the talk really on sort of the research or the exploration, call it the academic, endeavors of trying to understand what these technologies can do. What Samsung may or may not do from a marketing and business perspective is, I think it remains to be seen. But in terms of, applicability of this technology, it's certainly not just for supercomputers. I really believe, your watch, which now contains multiple cores and all sorts of things that 20 years ago were just starting to see their way in supercomputing. I really believe that this memory coupled compute, and in combination with communication, right? Whether it's edge computing, right? Whether it's supercomputing or anything in between, that the tight coupling of all of these really is going to lead to key and future innovations across all spaces, whether it's your watch, your phone, or your supercomputer. So, I'm quite positive about the broad applicability of this technology.
So hopefully in 20 years' time we will be talking about these moments as we discuss about SGI.
That would be great.
Thank you very much.
Thank you again for having me. It was a wonderful conference so far. Thank you.
All the best.